96.7 KCAL rocks. Good morning. It is Patrick. We're waiting for 40 to get back here on Monday. Can't wait for him to get back. But it's time to check in with our guy, Pep, because it's time to talk some sports. What's going on, Pep?
Hey, Patrick. Hey, it's another big NFL Thursday night football. The preseason is back. It's in full swing. We love it. We got 2 games tonight. So we know 40's going to be watching his Eagles, right, taking on the Steelers tonight. That's one of those preseason games tonight. We also have the Washington football team taking on the Patriots. As, for the Patriots at least, Cam Newton and Mac Jones at quarterback battling one another to be the starter for New England.
Right. And I think that what a lot of people don't realize is this kind of setting up maybe Cam Newton to look bad too, because if Mac Jones does get in the game, he's probably going to play against a lot of second and third stringers and possibly guys who don't even make it in the NFL. So I feel like this could set up to make Cam look bad and make Mac Jones look really good. And you know what's going to happen. The roar is going to get loud.
It is, right? But you know what I mean? Hopefully football coaches are smart enough to know that. They've done this a long, long time to be like, okay, he's not going against an NFL defense. This is like a practice squad defense that he's going up against. But with that said, there are so many intriguing quarterback battles this year on a lot of different NFL teams. Like even, 40's Eagles tonight, Jalen Hurts, man. We've only seen a little bit of Jalen Hurts at quarterback. I don't know if we'll even see him tonight, maybe for a series or two. But there's so many intriguing storylines with quarterbacks across the NFL.
Right. With 40, he has his little speedster receivers. We'll see how Jalen does. And then there's some stuff in the press that Scalarini, or I can't remember his name, but they're saying the Eagles coach doesn't know what he's doing. So we really need to talk to 40 when he gets back here, if that is true or not.
Yeah, if you're looking for 2 kind of crazy NFL head coaches, the Eagles head coach and the Lions head coach have kind of stepped to the forefront.
Yeah, that is Dan Campbell, Motor City Dan.
Yes.
We know.
Also
doing
this
up,
weekend.
Go ahead. Doing up downs with the players with a knee brace on.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's in there. He's intense. He's funny. He's wacky. He's intense. Yeah. So that's kind of this new age of these NFL head coaches. But also this weekend, speaking of quarterback battles, we've got Texans and Packers. Is Deshaun Watson going to be the quarterback for the Texans this year? Is Aaron Rodgers going to be welcomed and embrace this, what looks like his final season with Green Bay? And also, we're going to see Jordan Love for the very first time with the Green Bay Packers. He's the heir apparent, but we've never seen him take a snap in a Packers uniform.
Yeah, so it'll be kind of nice to see if he has anything, because, the word is really all over the place on him.
Yeah, we're all wondering what's Jordan Love all about. So we're about to find out. Also this weekend we got Rams against Chargers, an all LA battle in preseason action, and the Raiders taking on your Seattle Seahawks in preseason play.
That's right. The Raiders, look out, man. There's lots of teams who have a lot to prove, and I know it's preseason, but let's remember we got an extra game this season, and we are going to be into the season itself. Before we know it, it's going to happen quick here. Even college football's coming.
You're right. 17-game regular season, only 3 preseason games. It will fly fast. We'll be right into the meat of the NFL season. Speaking of college football, Patrick, you brought it up. That the coaches' preseason poll is out. Not a big shock here. Alabama's 1. Clemson is 2. But we got USC checking at number 14. And I want to bring them up because we've got tons of Inland Empire guys. And I wish 40 was here because 3 of those guys for USC are going to be huge playmakers this year for the Trojans. We got Corey Foreman and Drake Jackson on the defensive line. And then on the offense, we've got receiver Gary Bryant. So Centennial has 3 guys. And they also have a linebacker that should play too. I mean, Centennial's like feeding USC to be good on the national stage.
Yeah, and I mean, they are the namesake of the Pac-12. People do need to realize that, USC. And I mean, there is some hype around USC being good because this number 14 does mean something. It's in the coaches poll. So these aren't writers who are speculating or writers from LA. These are coaches in college football, and I think they think USC is going to be a good team. I think that's a very good sign.
I think at least on paper, they've got some talent. Now, there's a whole argument that Alabama and Clemson and some of those SEC schools are poaching our Southern California high school football stars, but USC has enough talent to win.
Kono, our producer Kono, big USC fan, claims the only weakness is the offensive line. That's what he's saying. Everything else is supposed to be really good. And we do know, unfortunately, if that line's not doing well, then it kind of affects everything else.
It does. It affects the run game, the pass game. It affects everything. So USC comes in at 14. Oregon's at 12. So that's the only other Pac-12 school ranked higher this preseason poll is Oregon at 12, USC at 14.
The two big dogs in our conference.
Yeah, they should meet in that conference championship game if everything plays out like people think it might. To NBA free agency, I know it's not a done deal from what we heard, but Kawhi Leonard is expected and has agreed to sign a new deal with the LA Clippers. So he opted out of his contract. Everyone thought, okay, is he exploring options? It sure doesn't look like that. It looks like Kawhi Leonard, the pride of King High School in Riverside, wants to stay with the Clippers and get the band back together and see if they can make a championship run.
I wonder if they are going to add any pieces, but I mean, it does look like they do have pieces because I think we just forget that Kawhi got hurt, and that kind of ruined everything.
Yeah, no, they're good. I mean, they're good right now. And again, if he wasn't hurt last year, and I hate to say it again, I probably said it 1,000 times, if Kawhi's not hurt, the Clippers are probably an NBA title favorite this past season. So if he comes back and he's healthy from that ACL injury, yeah, they're going to be one of the better teams, maybe one of the top 3-4 teams in the NBA in terms of who's going to win the championship next year if Kawhi is healthy and everybody comes back for the Clippers. That's easy enough to say.
Here we go, Clippers.
Yeah, Clipper Town. Hey, Kawhi's going to get paid. He's one of the best players in the NBA. But Dennis Schroeder, real quick, a former Laker, I should say. Remember, the Lakers offered Dennis Schroeder an $84 million contract for 4 years. He stunk this last year for the Lakers. He ended up signing with the Boston Celtics, not for $84 million that the Lakers wanted to give him, but for $5 million.
Yeah, to go from that big a number to falling down to that small of a number. Obviously, we're not scoffing at $5 million, but if you could have had 84, you might want to talk to your agent.
Listen, I'll take $5 million in a heartbeat, but when you have over $80 million on the table, and I get it, bet on yourself, right? Like, hey, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to have a great season, and they're going to be like, wow, $84 million is not enough for you. But it backfired, and now he's getting $5 million from the Celtics, who are a good team, but he left so much money on the table.
It doesn't always work out.
No, man. So if you're Dennis Schroeder, man, you're having a hard time sleeping at night right now. Mm-hmm. And Patrick, finally, some baseball news, and this is very cool. So Field of Dreams. Field of Dreams is an iconic baseball movie. It's set in Iowa, in a cornfield in Iowa, where they build a little baseball diamond. Well, Major League Baseball has built their own version of the Field of Dreams in a cornfield right next to the actual movie set where they film the Dreams in Iowa. And they're going to have their first Major League Baseball game there tonight. It's going to be the Yankees and the White Sox.
Yeah, it is really cool. Even Guy Fieri has a special hot dog just for the Field of Dreams game, just for everybody there. But it is really cool when they show, when you see a home run kind of go into the cornfield, it does hit a little bit different.
I think it's cool. Again, that's probably the most iconic baseball movie of all time, and for them to kind of duplicate what that movie looked like and do it is a little stadium. Like they've got like a little stadium in the cornfield, and for them to do that, they're gonna have old school uniforms. The Guy Fieri thing, I think it's a hot dog inside like an apple pie crust or something like that. So I think it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be very unique, and again, playing off that iconic movie, I think it's gonna be cool.
It is really cool, and it's a damn good movie when it can put some sympathy on shoeless Joe Jackson, which it did.
Yeah, and that movie stands up. I don't know the year it came out, but it still stands up here in 2021. It's still a great movie.
It's like 89. It's on MLB Network all the time. I just watched it. It is so great.
Yeah, it was on, I think it was Fox Sports 1 the other night. Like, it's all over the place still.
I love it. Pep, tell me how to get your stuff.
Hey, check out Inland Sports. You can check us out all over social media. We have the Inland Sports Show YouTube channel. Check out all our shows, exclusive interviews, and highlights right here in the Inland Empire.
Thanks, Pep.